3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
120! Check, 47. Watch the slant.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. On first down, they run with Howard. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brought down back at the 19. 180! It's a party now! Watch out, watch out, watch out. Sunday!
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
38, Mike, 38. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Check 24, check 24.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Check 26, X3, 218, chopper. Hey, wahoo!
Second down and goal. Wentz, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Working from the gun, Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Manning. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 3rd and long for the Giants and Eli following the sack.
Hey, orbit. Check 3, check 3. Check 15, check 50.
From the gun, it's Manning. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Howard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready. We're going to work.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down. And that is sack number 17 now on the season.
14 on the sack. And it's third down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing is Manning. They've got his man complete. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for a giant first down. Barkley had his biggest game yardage-wise against these Eagles last year pretty early on in the season. 130 on the ground, 99 more through the air on 9 catches. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
51 to Mike. Let's go, D.
Shotgun now for Manning. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Manning. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hey. Hustle, hustle. He's coming. Leo.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 53 to Mike. 55.
To throw, it's Manning. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 27 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Look at me. Go. Switch. Sponge. No. 50.
Another try for Barkley. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is Cohen.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Manning, he's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. On the delay, it's Howard. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a safety run. Parker there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. 47 Mike. 47 Mike.
On 1st down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
Stay with you.
Throwing again on second down. Manning. Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Manning. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Wentz, sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
On the ball.
From the gun, Manning. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
Hey, foxtrot.
Operating from the gun, Manning. He sets to fire deep. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And force. This is 4th down.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's Wentz to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Wentz going to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They go with Howard again. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Howard, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr., but a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. This ball complete. Jones to Ingram.
Come on, fellas.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
25, check 25, check 25.
He's checking. Crash. Showing it.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now.
Check 52. Check 31. Check 31.
Tight dog. Look, squeeze.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run from the pistol with Howard. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. 120.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll go again with Sanders. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing, Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
36. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
5.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. That one caught by Ellison. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
I'm ready.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Yes.
Mike 51. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Sam up.
Back to throw. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down, Giants.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Roll out. Get it.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But now it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Jones pass. Intended for Evan Ingram. Incomplete. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Going for it has paid off twice already on this drive. Can they convert again on 4th down? Let's see. And Tate's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Here we go. 15-1. 15-2.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Now Jones operating from the gun. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Good job.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for Philadelphia, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.